Hello, Internet! It is I, your favorite podcast holder on 7 p.m. Fridays, Sneaky Devil. And this is Fanfiction, Contempt Theater, 9002. Now, tonight's going to be a special treat because Atin and Max just decided to not show up tonight. And they never told me anything about it. They're just like, hey, you know what? Fuck this guy, apparently. And so... Oh, I had the wrong thingamadook up. Whoops.
You're an idiot.
Well. But hey, we all make mistakes. I put up the wrong title display. Atin and Max don't show up without any warning, but they're still online. They just don't want to bother coming.
Yeah, that happens sometimes. Which is why, everyone, I'm here tonight. Yeah. Mostly to make sure Sneaky doesn't kill himself live on stream.
I played a little of GTA for 6 hours, and my room is now 27 degrees Celsius. Jesus Christ.
That sounds like, you should probably check your fans, my dude.
No, it means his fans are working. That's what it means. His fans are working.
That's when his fans are working.
Well, don't you know? That's how you heat up your room. You go play Grand Theft Auto online for a bit.
My room doesn't get that hot when I'm playing fucking anything with good graphics.
Okay, well, you're also on a laptop.
I'm not on a laptop, you shit. I'm on a desktop.
Oh, you actually have a desktop now?
How fucking drunk were you when I told you that?
Dude,
there's your fucking problem. You use 100% of your CPU. Why the fuck is it using 100% of your CPU and 87% of your GPU, you fuck?
Ooh, that is some bottleneck, my dude.
What the fuck? No wonder your room heats up. Your computer's probably
Sneaky, can you change
overheating.
Your stream settings? It's locked at 1080p. Look, man, I have gone over this before. Twitch keeps changing what I'm allowed to do as an affiliate. Like, previously, anyone could change it, and then you had to be an affiliate to do it, and then you had to be a partner to do it, and then you could be an affiliate and do it again, and then you had to be a partner again, and they just keep changing what I'm allowed to stream at.
I've actually been concerned about that, because I don't know how to fucking change it either.
No, like, the main team settings has been moved. It's now in the dashboard. We have access to Teams now?
We have what now?
No, we don't have access to Teams yet. First time. Hosting, video playing, raids, drops. Nope. I don't have access to any of this yet. Affiliate settings, maybe?
Okay, I'm gonna check this too, because now I'm...
onboarding, payment methods, minimum bits to cheer, minimum bits to emote. No, unfortunately, my dude, I straight up do not have access to any sort of stream. I mean, I can make it low latency so we can see your shit faster. I can make the chat be more reactive, but I can't change what I stream at because it does not let me.
Can't you just change that? You sure it's not in OBS? You can change that?
No, see, the problem is that I can change it in OBS, except it doesn't give you options. It just streams, period. Like, there is no options for anyone. I'm eating after 8 and drinking Pepsi Max. You do you, baby. Anyway, so, first story tonight is going to be a Bleach Harry Potter crossover. And, as always, per Twitch guidelines, I am required to remind everyone here that you should not at any point in time contact any of the authors featured in the podcast, because that would be considered harassment, and it's against Twitch guidelines. Harry Potter the Wizard by Lupin Dark.
Wait, did you try to change the base and output resolution?
No, like I said, I can. What I'm telling you is that I cannot change the Twitch output for viewers. That is a partner-only option that allows viewers to view it on auto or 1080p or 640 or whatever degree they want it at. Affiliates and non-partnered or affiliates have to stream at whatever they're streaming at. People who watch them do not have the option to change settings.
That's stupid.
Yeah, like I said, it used to be a thing that affiliates could do, and now it's not. So if you want to get angry, blame Twitch. Anyway, young Harry was abandoned in Japan and met a group of people that would not only give him a family that he always wanted, but change his life forever. Before I start this story, I would like to thank Lupine Horror, author of Fate's Gamble. Alright, I'm gonna go ping Lupine real quick and see if I can't get him in here. Lupine. You shit, you inspired another one. At Arn. Come see this fucking story Lupine inspired. Alright. Oh yeah, nothing good ever comes out of Bleach Fix. There's like 1, 2 stories that I would say are good Bleach Fix. One's called Do Me a Wrong. It's a high school D times D Bleach crossover, which I know sounds terrible. What is actually probably one of the best high school D times D fics I've ever read. You know, low bar. But the other one was something about Protector or something like that. That was a really good Bleach fic. It's not many though. Yeah, more Fates Gambled inspired stories. This time Harry's a Vizored. Vizored? Isored? Vizord?
I don't fucking know how you pronounce it. Fucking... The man with wild rides has weird pronunciation of words, okay?
Well, I mean, he went with, like, Spanish for hollows and crap, but I don't know how you're supposed to pronounce that.
Look, Kubu Taito is fucking weird, dude.
It was at nighttime in Karakura town when a rental car pulled up to a curb and a young boy around 6 years old was shoved out onto the sidewalk. The people in the car ignored the boy's cries and drove off, leaving him alone in the empty street. The boy, whose name was Harry Potter, walked through the streets, wondering what he did to be abandoned like this. Flashback time, XXX.
Flashbacks.
It was supposed to be a typical day for young Harry Potter. He woke up early to prepare his relatives' breakfast and get started on his own chores, but then he found them all packed for a trip. "Boy, we're going on a trip," said Harry's uncle, Vernon Dursley. Vernon was a large man resembling a walrus and was quite round. His wife, Petunia, was a horse. Their son was almost as big as his father and was spoiled so much...
Are we just gonna ignore the horse part?
Yes, that's how fanfiction always describes them. Giraffe and horse. Their son was almost as big as his father and was spoiled so much he would probably be fatter than him. Usually they didn't care for Harry and force him to do hard chores around the house. "I'll be sure to take care of all the chores," said Harry. "You're coming with us," said Vernon. "I don't trust you alone in my house." Harry was surprised by this. He would have run to start packing, but he really had nothing to pack, so he just followed his relatives out the door and into the car. XX Flashback XX. Thank you for the Prime sub. After that, they had driven to an airport and taken a direct flight to Tokyo and driven a rental car to a small town named Karakura. Of course they drove there. Why? Because plot. Once there, he was kicked out of the car with nothing but the clothes on his back. Harry sniffled as he wandered the streets, and because of this he didn't see where he was going and walked straight into a girl carrying a bag of groceries. "Hey, watch it," said the girl in Japanese. She wore red jogging suit over white shirt and yellow slippers and had blonde hair tied up in 2 spiky pigtails with bangs held by 3 clips. "I'm sorry," Harry said in English. "I didn't mean to hit you." "You're not from around here, are you?" said the girl in English. "What gave you the first clue?" "Who are you? Where are your parents, kid?" "They died," Harry said sadly. "They were in a car crash."
What's with this sassy lost child?
"You mean you're an orphan?" said the girl. "You're obviously English." "So why is he obviously English? Why can't he be American?"
How do you know that he's not French, lady? Oh, oui, oui, baguette.
Probably because he didn't say, "Oh, oui, oui, baguette." I mean, why can't he be American, huh? Huh?
How do we know he's not a spy? Your silence gives me strength.
Yeah.
The silence of you being angry at that joke gives me strength. I want you to know that. I want you to know this! Okay, moving on.
He doesn't have enough guns to be an American. He's a goddamn commie spy, that's what he is. Maybe. "My aunt and uncle took me on a trip," sniffled Harry. "When we got here, they just left me and drove off." "I'm sorry about that," said the girl. She couldn't stay angry at him after hearing that. "Hey, you must be hungry. Why don't you just follow me and we'll get you some food?" "Okay," sniffled Harry. "By the way, my name's Sayori Sakuragaki. What's yours?" "My name's Harry Potter. XX scene XX." "Hey, child! Hey, sassy lost child! Come with me and I shall feed you." "Oh, okay, sure. I instantly trust you because reasons."
God damn it.
Hayori led Harry through the back roads of Karakura Town until they reached some old abandoned buildings, one of which seemed to be shrouded in an orange haze. As Harry tried to make out the building behind the haze, Hayori walked up to it. Suddenly the haze opened in front of her, and she led Harry into a large warehouse that looked a bit run down. Once inside, Harry looked around and saw 7 people watching him. "Who is the kid, Hiyori?" A muscular man with short white hair, wearing a purple tank top and wraps on his hands, asked in Japanese. So is he only wearing a shirt?" Apparently this guy's only wearing a shirt, because the author took the time to describe the rest of the characters' outfits, but this guy is apparently only wearing hand wraps and a shirt.
Don't you know that's how all anime protagonists wear things? It's just hand wraps. He's Sonic the Hedgehog.
Everything is actually just hand wraps. Sure.
It's a mummy!
It's an advanced monk! There's a difference?
What's the difference between an advanced monk and a normal monk?
More hand wraps and belts?
One will kill you quicker.
That's fair enough. "His name is Harry Potter," said Hiyori. "Apparently he's an orphan."
One rolls 2d8 for damage, the other one rolls 5d8. Because fuck you.
Basically. "Apparently he's an orphan, and his aunt and uncle abandoned him under the pretense of a family outing." "Yeah, they bought tickets to Japan, specifically to abandon Harry. Japan."
Here's a place where the Chosen One will have no way of communicating with anyone. Yeah, let's leave him here. Oh wait, I forgot, this is anime. Everyone speaks English.
"Yes. Why did you bring him here?" asked the girl wearing glasses and a sailor fuku and reading adult manga. Hiyori blushed. "I felt sorry for the kid. I figured we could at least give him a good meal." Hiyori.
Okay, normally I would be confused by that, but you know what? It's Bleach.
"Hiyori," said a man with a blonde bowl cut. "What would we do with him afterwards? He's seen too much, and we can't turn him loose." fucking 6.
The fuck?
Why not just keep him?
He's not a pet, lady.
Mishiro, he's not a pet, said Tensi.
Oh, wow.
Oh yeah, this is definitely bleach. Now where is my bottle of it? Basically. Actually, the blonde man wearing a fancy suit over a white shirt with ruffles? That doesn't sound like a bad idea. You can't be serious, Rose, said the one with a blonde bowl cut. I don't mean keeping him as a pet, Shinji, said Rose, but the kid is all alone with no one to turn to. Why not let him stay here and take care of him? Are you talking about giving him a family? Asked the girl in the Sailor Fuku. He is a normal kid. Is that a good idea considering what we are? No, said the man with large pink hair and black crossbone design, wearing a green suit, meditating in the corner. This child is not normal. What are you saying, Hachi? Asked Shinji. Hachi opened his eyes. He is filled with an energy similar to Ryatsu. Of course it is. It flows from his magical core and circulates through his being. I believe that he would be able to see us in our natural forms. Perhaps he could have benefits of having us raise him in a loving environment. What is this fucking story? Why not? Asked a man with large star-shaped afro, wearing green outfit and sunglasses. So descriptive. Much wow. Seems like the right thing to do. Well, Hayori said, let's ask him. She turned to Harry, who had been looking around the warehouse, unable to understand the Japanese conversation. Harry, we've been talking and want to know if you want to live here with us. This is
Didn't I just have this conversation in, like, earshot of the kid? Like, he's just like, oh, hey, they want to keep me. Oh,
no, this was all in Japanese. Now they're talking English to him.
Oh, there is actually a difference between Japanese and English. Huh,
yeah, the author
amazing.
just didn't make a notice of it. He just didn't, delineate the difference between the two inside.
Well, author, you're dumb then.
No. Harry, we've been talking. I want to know if you want to live with us. Like, that is the most creepy shit ever. You're 6, right? You've just been kicked out of the car by your only family, and you crash into someone. And instead of being angry at you, the lady goes, yeah, no, sure, just come back with me to my place, and I'll give you food. And you're like, well, okay, I guess. And then as you're approaching her place, it's a fucking abandoned warehouse, right? And you enter here, and there's a bunch of, like, weird-ass looking people. This guy over here's got a cross-shaped afro. That person's got pink hair. This person's, dressed in a Sailor Fuku reading porn. And they all start speaking in Japanese to each other, and then they turn to you and go, Harry, do you want to live with us forever? And it's just like, no, I'm getting out of here.
Arigato.
I'm getting the hell out of here.
I'm the
living with you forever? No.
Fuck this, I'm out.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Population way too many. Yeah, basically. I think Andros just confused Arn with Elaine.
Arn is always confused.
No, Andros, G-Music, just confused Arn with Elaine. Oh.
Well, you're both idiots.
Harry, do you want to live with us? Do you mean it? He asked Harry.
That is not the reaction of a 6-year-old man.
He asked Harry.
That is not.
With hope in his voice that melted the hearts of the others. Sure, kid. We'll be your family now.
This is not how things are done.
They all introduce each other. And then the bus crashes through the wall, and everyone starts filing out of the bus, clapping their hands.
It's not how this works. It's not how any of this works.
Okay.
Remove.
That was awful. Harry has instant Stockholm syndrome. Yes.
He just has Stockholm syndrome just from being around.
How familiar with D times D are you?
Sort of.
Alright, then we're gonna do Worm and Warhammer. Alright, so this is for the Horned Rat's Chosen. This is a Worm Warhammer crossover.
Oh boy.
Harry, regional information. I want to die, Sneaky. That's how familiar with D times D I am. So maybe we'll do that next. So this is for the Horned Rat
Implying
Chosen.
there is any kind of logic in fanfiction. There is logic. The logic is how much can the author stick their dick in a premise.
Well, I mean,
or if they're
inspired
a girl,
by
vagina.
Fate's Gamble is definitely.
Oh my god.
Definitely the death of any fanfiction. What if Taylor triggered with the power to summon Skaven?
Oh, this is Warhammer Fantasy, not Warhammer 40k.
Yes.
You said Warhammer, and I immediately thought 40k because it's really all we talk about.
Well, I would have said 40k if I meant 40k.
Okay, but Warhammer Fantasy is basically not talked about anymore.
Well, your face is not talked about anymore.
No one's ever seen my face in the Discord, so yeah.
I think if Lupine could change anything in his past, he would have shot himself before writing Faith Gamble. Because the cancer that it spawned isn't worth it. I don't know, Arn. I mean, it brought us together, didn't it? It made your server, didn't it? It brought you to this podcast, didn't it?
I mean, maybe he's talking about the cancer that is his server.
It was a relatively normal school day, by my standards anyway. Apparently we're already going in... Okay, is this first person? Okay, so we're going to start off with a third person sentence and immediately switch to first person halfway through. Okay. I got my daily juice poured on me and verbally abused by the trio. This is pretty normal until a rat found its way into Emma's new designer purse and shredded it. I grinned as I savored that moment. It was quite an easy task to do, summoning the rat directly into her purse. All it took was calculating the size of the rat and where exactly to summon it. I had to be careful. I didn't want to accidentally summon a full-size Skaven in public. That would instantly out me as a cape. I mean, it wouldn't... I mean, I guess it wouldn't. God's channel is literally hell on earth. Yeah, it is. Nobody gave me a second look as I rode the bus back home.
This is why you don't play gacha, kids.
Most kids stopped bothering me after their positions or bad things happened to them. After their positions?
What?
Most kids stopped bothering me after their positions.
That doesn't... Author, please.
Huh? Not the
Author,
trio. Please. They kept escalating. How I wished to sick a full-grown Skaven on them. Pathetic man things. Soon the bus reached my stop and I got off. The walk to my house was short and uneventful. Good. Social interaction are beneath a being such as me and are such a bore.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's play tonight's game of what language is their first language? Is it A, English, B, Spanish, C, Japanese, or D, French?
The answer
Post
is
now.
English.
Why? Why are we tortured? Why have you done these things?
What? What is this? What are these stories that this man writes?
That sucked.
Apparently we've covered Chimera before. Is that in the... Yeah, it's in the list. Okay, good. Herbert, a Brockton Bay story. Taylor can summon the cast of Hamilton. What?
I remember the Chimera story. I remember this author. Why? Why did you pick this?
I didn't... The Cutie Mark Mercenary Crusaders. A Star Wars My Little Pony crossover.
Oh, send that to Adam. Send that to Adam. Atin. Send that to Atin.
Adam, send it to Adam. The Faunus must be alerted.
Okay, dude. This author's affecting me in the way he writes. He's making me fucking want to kill myself. This person is a...
That's why we have
look.
the sin count right there. If you see the sin count right now?
Self-isekai mode activate, yes. I know English is a hard language, guys. But
no, clearly. The author is just writing as if they were a Skaven. That is the...
Even the Skaven don't talk like this. Even the Skaven don't talk like this.
Oh.
Well, Skaven barely talk at all unless it's common or rubbing their hands together, but whatever, dude.
Soon that's home.
That's not even a joke, that's actually what they do.
I know. I'm
just letting everyone else on the stream know that's not a joke that they rub their hands together. They literally do that.
They are the long noses that rub their hands together.
They are literally the long noses that rub their hands together.
They are the underworld.
Because the Warhammer writers have no subtlety whatsoever.
Zero subtlety and zero chill.
There is a reason it's all over the top of shit. Because otherwise they would get so much shit from everybody about what
I really miss the fact that the orcs had hot rods. That was great.
They still have hot rods. What are you talking about?
No, they removed that, my dude.
What are you talking about? They still have those.
The orc rock band hot rods? No, those are all gone.
No, they still have bikes and shit. Those are hot rods.
Well, yeah. But no, I'm talking about like the literal hot rods. I'm not talking about bikes, like motorbikes. I'm talking about the hot rods, the black car with the flames on the side and the big ass.
Yes, no, they don't have that anymore. They still have the, like, technical hot rods.
Yes. Anyway. Soon, I arrived home. I grimaced as I started at the monstrosity I called home. The yard was freshly cut with the steps leading up to the door recently repaired. It's such a shame. I prefer the dark mood and personality the house.
Okay, no. I figured out how this author learned English.
Alright.
They watched the Star Trek series and just listened to William Shatner. That's how they learned.
The Whipine Horror has apologized for inspiring that story.
Thank you for apologizing.
No, I'm talking about orcs, Andros. Orcs. I made my way inside, blah, 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 blah. I made my way inside of the house without a hassle and instantly made my way down to the basement. Just boom, instant. It was my favorite part of the house. I had to make sure Dad didn't remodel it as he did the rest of the house. Stupid Dad thing, barely letting me keep it the way it is. The basement was dark and dank.
Stupid Dad, you can't tell me to do my homework.
And dark cobwebs lined the corners. But what stood out the most was the 6-foot-tall giant rat. Magnificent. It turned its head towards me with its beady little red eyes. "Queek!" I shouted as I ran towards him, giving him a big hug. Queek simply stood there as I wrapped my arms around his giant rat self. His fur was quite warm and soft. I love it. "Greetings, most verminous of the vermin," he said in his adorable, squeaky voice. Queek stood there without his armor on as I hugged him. Good to see he remembers to not wear the armor until I get home. Much easier to hug him without being poked by spiky spikes. "Hi, Queek," I replied cheerfully as I patted his head. He loves his pats. "Dad still at work?" Yes, Queek replies by nodding his head up and down. "The old man thing left earlier and hasn't returned." "Alrighty then. How's the project going?" I asked as I moved to a recliner I had put it in. It was quite... I asked as I moved to a recliner I had put it in. Put what in? It was quite comfy and shiny. The project was essentially building caverns and tunnels underneath Brockton Bay, forming a base for my rodents. The slaves had made more tunnels. We lost a dozen in a cave accident. The Grey Seer also wishes to speak to you, my most vilest of vermin. Creek mentioned the Grey Seer with a bit of disdain obvious in his high-pitched voice. For some reason, he formed a rivalry with the Seer in his weird, demented little rat mind. Hello, Moth. You just missed us reading the lupine horror-inspired story in which Harry Potter is kidnapped by Vizords, and they say, "Hey, we're going to give you a family." And he goes, "Onito burrito." You are currently watching us read a Worm Warhammer cross in which Taylor, that's not Taylor, summons a bunch of Skaven, and they do Skaven things, and the author doesn't know what English is, even though it's their first and only language.
I'm like 99% sure this is a shitpost.
I'm pretty sure it's not.
No, you don't understand. I need this to be a shitpost for my sanity.
You'll want to save that for later, because I got some special ones that you will want to wish were shitposts. And this now, the Reich didn't fall for this. The Reich did fall for this. I nodded in return to blah blah blah. He put his armor on, he scurried away, blah blah blah. Man, there's a rat on my lap, and it's adorable. Blah blah blah. It was also cute when another rat ate it. Tweak said that made rats taste better. Neat. Okay. So this Taylor is demented. Got it. I giggled as the rats kill each other.
I think the author is demented, not Taylor.
That's probable. I made my way to a corner of the opposite side of the room. This was my favorite part. I pressed the hidden button, and then it was an elevator. Thank you, Warlock Engineer. Too bad that particular one who invented this later exploded when he tried making popcorn with a warp stone. Such a shame. His replacement will have to live up to the dead engineer's great legacy. Blah blah, elevator, blah blah. Blah blah. Queek was silent. Mumbling under his breath, I didn't bother asking what he said. For some reason, everyone praises me for everything I do. Before I could reflect more on that, we reached the lowest level. Blah blah, Warlock Engineers. They didn't like sharing, but I wanted to keep any of their escaped or failed experiments contained. We learned the hard way when an engineer tried making his own version of a rat ogre. Luckily, I had a couple hundred Skaven slaves block off the entrance so I could have time to mobilize the loyal rat ogres to beat his ass. I still remember its undersized head being broken apart.
Implying rat ogres can be loyal.
I mean, I assume they are all brainwashed to love Taylor. No, seriously, the fuck is this crossover? I just told you, it's Warhammer Fantasy and Worm. Can't you tell with all the Warhammer Fantasy and Worm that's in it? And I'm saying that ironically. We lost a lot of useless rats, blah blah blah, blah blah. Headquarters, we're under Brockton Bay. My lair is under Brockton Bay completely. A slave has escaped, my liege, and why is that important? It stole a bag of warpstone. It stole the big warpstone. I fed the slave master to the slaves. Weird. Wonder why he didn't eat the rat himself. Okay. Let me hunt him down. Nope. Get me Eshin. Okay. Hi, Birdie! You're just in time for us to move the fuck on from this shit. Speaking of which, to clean your palates, let's get a really stupid one going here. I'm gonna save that and make Atin rage. Oh, here we go. Oh. Oh. Okay then. That story hasn't been purged.
Thank you.
Let's read this one.
Hi, Birdie.
Hello, Birdie.
Welcome to my suffering eternal. Yeah, we purged the story. This is so bad. It's like every single time I come onto this stream, it's cursed instantly. I'm serious. It's like every single time. Every single time I am on stream, it is cursed as fuck.
Blue Ark, a ruby Undertale cross. Two heroes, one young and one older than the young one, that can be imagined, must work together to defeat two villains who threaten to destroy their worlds. John must harness the power of the Bone Zone.
Okay, no. No. We're done. We're done. No. No. I draw the fucking line here. I don't care if it's a really shit hill to die on, but I will die on this hill.
No Bone
This
Zone.
is the story that I will say no. No.
Okay, fine. At least let me finish the summary.
Sure. But the second it says Bone Zone, I just... This is gonna be some
harness
fucking...
the power of the Bone Zone. D-Train Dark.
fucking Bone Zone.
And defend the ones he loves from those... Wait, what the shit? And defend the one he loves from the one who will turn this world into dust and cinder. I do not own Ruby or Undertale.
Okay,
Gore
so
and
this
mild
one is
cursing.
gonna be Sans goes into Remnant and teaches John.
I guess.
Fiction M.
Can't even spell Gaster correctly. Can't even spell Gaster correctly. Can't even capitalize Chara.
They capitalize Chara.
No, not right here.
Where? Point it out on screen.
I am.
Oh. The fuck, dude.
Megalovania intensifies.
Hi.
Here we go again. Blah, blah, blah. I will never win. Why am I so weak? Goodbye to this dimension. Yeah, apparently, so what happens is...
Apparently Sans abandoned the person that he's literally doing this to protect.
Yeah, apparently Sans abandons the dimension and goes and teaches John how to be a skeleton.
Let me just abandon my brother that I'm literally, like, using every single bit of power I have to try and prevent him from dying. Let's just do that. That sounds like an amazing idea.
Alright, now that we've covered this, we can move on.
Zipper, step into a mine shower. God damn it. Arn! Arn, you can't do that. Arn, no.
Alright, so
Arn, no.
Let's do this one then. Aspect of the wolf.
Aspect of the wolf.
Aspect of the wolf.
Oh, Mataratsu and
wait. Apparently
wait.
we've already covered this one. Okay.
Oh, well. Rest in peace.
That's easy.
Did you go to the wrong bookmark?
No. The thing is that I was on the mobile.
You accidentally put it in both.
No, I was on mobile, so I had the mobile version. And then when I switched to the non-mobile version, it was like, you already have this bookmark. I was like, oh, okay.
Why do you have it on mobile version?
Because I was on my mobile when I was doing this.
Oh.
Alright. So, let us do a Star Wars Harry Potter crossover.
You know, it'll be better than the Bone Zone. Fucking Christ.
Let's try this again. Harry Potter is done with life. He did everything, and all he wanted was to pass on to the next great adventure. Sadly, rules get in the way of this, and he must now find a new way to keep living. It's not all bad, though. At least he gets another chance to live his life the way he wants to on his terms. Warning! Mentions of suicide and stuff to come.
Don't worry, everyone. It's just suicide. In other words, it's the author's suicide.
No comment.
I'm not making comments on this. You can go ahead and read this. I'm just eating. I'm going to be eating some yogurt.
My lungs are trying to kill me and save you all from suffering.
Drink some water, you fuck. I said drink some water, not kill yourself. If I have to be here, so do you. You don't get out of this season.
I don't get to die that easily.
No. Why do you think I want to, like, make sure that you stay alive? If I have to live here and I have to deal with this fucking stream, so do you.
Alright, Nothar, I want you to know
hello.
that if I die, I want you to take up the mantle of doing this stream.
Okay.
Maybe the water is killing him. No. Dying is normal. October 31st, 1981. Voldemort had just entered the Potter's premise as he followed his follower, Wormtail, into the following place. To the resting place of both the Potter children. When the Potter parents gone for the night at an order meeting, now was the perfect opportunity to make sure the wrong boy lived.
What?
Oh, I'm just making fun of the author and how they're going with one of those really cliched, tonight then is the night that they weren't there, and Voldemort's gonna go kill the kids, and he's gonna fail to kill Harry Potter, except everyone's gonna think Harry Potter's brother is the real boy who lived. And then they're gonna abuse Harry, and he's gonna be like, I'm going to the dark side now.
You were the chosen one.
He was supposed to bring balance to the Force, not destroy it.
I hate you.
I hate sand.
It's rough, it's coarse, and it gets in the way.
Anyway, let's continue. Blah,
Yes,
blah,
let's
blah,
continue with the
Voldemort
trash.
murder. Here they are, my lord. Murder, murder, murder. You are loyal. Murmur, murmur, murmur. But he never had any intention of rewarding Wormtail with anything but death, for he had outlived his usefulness.
Yeah.
Yeah. So these are the children that will destroy me. Wahahaha! I shall kill these children now and cement my rule.
What is this? A
Behold,
fucking...
I live.
Fuck you.
Oh,
Hey, fuck.
No, I've had to deal with 45 minutes of being here alone with
dude,
Sneaky.
you have missed.
You have missed
so much.
so much fucking cancer.
This just makes me even more glad that I went to see Battle Angel Alita.
Oh, was it good?
It was actually, yeah, it was pretty good. I can't speak to accuracy as I have not read the source material,
Oh,
but it was pretty good. From the perspective of someone who knows nothing, it was pretty good.
okay then. Confirmed trash.
However,
Arn, I came because I can't let you people suffer sneak. And I
so
understand no
what
such
you've
thing.
missed so far at is a Worm Warhammer Fantasy Cross in which the author was having minor seizures while writing it, and Taylor has the power to summon Skaven, and they view her as a god. You missed a
Hold
Harry.
on a minute. The only person they view as a god is the horned one.
Yes, she is the horned one
Yes.
to them.
Okay, well at least that. What?
Yes.
What?
Yep.
But is it just because she can summon Skaven? Because then they would treat every Skaven deep priest as a god.
This is probably someone that only played Vermintide and didn't actually read up on the setting.
Yep.
No, but like even in Vermintide, that's.
Let me rephrase that. They only played one mission of Vermintide and then didn't actually pay attention to the story.
For crying out loud,
It
I
gets
was
better.
feeling so
You
good.
also
I saw
missed
a
the Bone
decent
Zone.
action.
You also missed the Bone Zone.
Which we immediately discarded.
Wait.
We what?
Wait, it's going to bed.
Did you see?
Oh, good night,
Oh.
Wei.
Good night.
You also missed a Harry Potter Bleach crossover in which Harry was flown to Japan, kicked out of a car, and then the Visoreds picked him up and said, "Hey kid, do you want to come back to our abandoned warehouse and eat some food with us?" And he said, "Sure." And then they
Because
were
they
like,
totally just pick random people off
Yeah.
the street.
"Yeah." And then they got there and they're like, "OMG, we should totally adopt the kid and raise him as a family member." And then they were like, "Hey kid, I know we literally just met and you don't know any of our names, but do you want to be adopted by us?" And he's like, "Sure."
Jesus Christ, I can't think of a more dysfunctional family if I tried. Also, apparently Birdie got her head stuck in a sink.
Yep.
Yes.
Or soap stuck in her head? I don't know. Head stuck in a sink sounds much more pain.
Anyway. So blah blah blah, monologue, I will kill the babies, monologue. This is a Harry Potter Star Wars crossover.
Jimmy Christmas tree.
And then the baby was staring at him with glowing emerald eyes. And
The day
Voldemort.
was going so good. I saw a good movie. I was catching up on that Warhammer on that Ruby 40K story.
For those we cherish?
No. The one with the word bearer.
Oh, yeah. The chaos cannot be denied. Yep.
Yeah.
Good story.
Everything was going great.
And then
For some
this
reason, Nexus has stated that I am part of Sneaky's family.
No.
Oh, no, he was referring to the, yes, I see.
Huh?
His family is fairly dysfunctional, that is true. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10 comment.
Birdie goes, "Hey, I just met you, and this is crazy. You're an orphan, so adopt you maybe."
Yeah, don't try singing.
Oh, I didn't.
never say
I know.
that ever
as
again.
long as this, I mean, here's the thing, right? While technically that song is terrible, it doesn't deserve to be butchered by the likes of us.
Anyway. Monologue. But the baby stared at him. His eyes radiated a deadly aura. Apparently, the baby rolled a nat 20 on his intimidation roll.
I'm not picturing the baby just like eyes light up.
The baby.
Hey kid, you want to go to the Bone Zone?
Stop.
I was gonna say, what's the I lost my thought. Oh well.
Blah 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 blah. It's you. It's a shame. I can see now that you would be powerful. Sadly, any risk to my power? No, for you must die. Avada Kedavra, Voldemort whispered. Everything happened in slow motion, and the curse sailed at the child. And then it bounced right off of the child, and it hit him, and he exploded. And then all that was left of Voldemort was a cloak and a wand. And then Wormtail ran in, and he was like, "Oh my god, this is terrible."
I mean, if I was Wormtail, I'd be going like, "Oh, this is fantastic."
And then James and Lily and Dumbledore came upstairs, and they checked the children.
I'm sorry, what was
Wait,
that last
hold
name
on a
there,
minute.
Sneaky?
Rewind
you said
that
James
for a
and
second.
Lily and Dumbledore.
Yeah, James, Lily, and Dumbledore showed up and said,
You said
"Oh my
James
god."
and Lily.
Oh, sorry, you said
said-
that as one entity.
Yes.
You said that as like James and Lily.
It was
Hey,
a
James
very
and Lily Dumbledore.
yes.
You
It
said
was
like
a very bad splinching accident. They are one entity now.
Hey.
Anyway, blah 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 blah. My God, are you okay, my babies? Lily chanted at her children.
I'm sorry, chanted.
What?
Is she some manner of chaos list?
Yes.
There is chaos all around us. Everything must be purged. Activate the Exterminatus. Commander Sneaky.
Exterminate, exterminate.
Let the Emperor guide us.
You know what? I want a crossover of just the Daleks and the Inquisition.
Oh, Exterminatus immediately, dude.
No, I'm saying the Daleks are just like, so wait, you'll let us live, and you'll let us do the whole
no,
exterminate
absolutely not.
thing?
No, the Inquisition would immediately purge them because of the Men of Iron.
Oh, yeah.
AI
Yeah,
is
they
not
could
allowed,
just play
remember?
dumb, like what they did in World War II.
Well, we gotta keep in mind that Daleks are actually robots being piloted by people.
I would say
them.
Daleks are actually technically servitors by 40k rules.
Yes, but here's the thing, technically. They don't know that, and they probably think it's AI. Because,
I mean, as soon as you kill a Dalek, it's easy enough to open one up and see, oh, not an AI.
I don't think.
Okay, then they shoot like a few Dalek, and then they're just like, oh, it's not an AI. Well,
and
what
then
should
they
we
kill
do with
them
it
anyway.
then? Let us study them for the.
They
let's
take
just
apart
study
the
them for
Dalek. They study
let's
the
study
weapons.
them for the Imperium. Inquisitor, you're drawing chaos runes on them. Yes, I'm studying them. Shut up. I'm not a traitor. Fuck you.
I'm not.
You're actively drawing chaos runes on its body, all for the glory of the Emperor.
Hail Hydra!
All for the glory of the Emperor Peg. Thank you for doing that because I was going to do it. You're welcome.
Chaos Undivided and Hydra Bob.
Stop. You have created something far
Hail
too
Hydra!
powerful.
Wait, what side are we on again?
Okay, no, for real though, if Bob ever was just like in a chaos cult, he'd just be like the one guy who like knows it's fucked, but is just like,
Bob would
you know
be
what?
the guy who joined the chaos cult because he didn't want to die.
Hey, I just met you, and this is
Foul
crazy.
traitor, why have you joined this cult? It pays good money, and I didn't want to die. All right,
Traitor,
fair
why
enough.
have you joined the cult of Corn? They threatened to rip my spleen out my nose.
Let's see,
Inquisitor
let's get some
Deadpool.
text to speech.
Inquisitor Deadpool.
The Inquisition probably let him.
Hey, I just met you and this is crazy. You're my child, Channing, maybe.
Excellent. 100 out of 100.
God. Arn, no, none of that.
Arn.
Anyway. Blah blah, what happened here, Professor? Voldemort was here, blah blah, and the curse was rebounded. How did the killing curse get rebounded? I believe Charles is the one who blocked the curse by forming a barrier made of pure magic in the form of accidental magic, which reflected it back at Voldemort. Why are they... See, this is one thing I never really got with the wrong boy who lived thing. Like, I can understand if Voldemort shows up, thing happens, Dumbledore shows up, takes a look around, goes, okay, this is what actually happened. And then James and Lily come in, they're like, Dumbledore, what happened? And he's like, well, in my expert opinion, this is what occurred. But that is using the theory that they believe, he may have, diagnosed the area already and checked for magic and shit like that to get an answer. But in this case, it's literally like, hey, person who arrived just as fast as we did, who was not casting any spells to see what happened. What happened here?
Magic.
I mean, he is technically, way better at magic than they are. So, I can understand them asking him. I just don't understand why he would be like, well, hold the fuck up, kids. Let me look.
Dumbledore, your detect magic status better than
Hey.
ours. Roll for it.
I just met you. And this is CRHZY. / it's me Arnie / I want
But
to
I mean,
sneaky.
for real, though, he's an
Why have you
archwizard.
posted this foul thing? Why have you posted this foul thing?
Anyway, blah blah, Charlie, blah blah, Charlie is the best ever. But Dumbledore knew. Deep inside, he knew Charlie did not actually reflect the curse. Voldemort's dark magic surrounded Harry, but he would need the boy to be molded into a super weapon, and he couldn't do that with the intention that would be on him. What does this mean, Professor? James, Lily, I present to you the boy who lived. July 31st, 10 years later. Harry stared dully out the window from his uncle's house. He wasn't thinking anything. He ignored the pain of his body, because his uncle and aunt would beat him every single day.
What the
Here we
fuck?
go.
He used to wonder why his parents left
Again,
him.
the author projecting their own problems onto other characters.
I'll get to this in a second, because I actually got really mad about this earlier today. In the middle of his staring, he finally noticed outside there was a creature. He didn't know what kind of creature it is, but he hoped it was intelligent. It held out a leg for Harry to take parchment from. Harry took the parchment. On it was a badge that was split into 4 different pieces, and it was a Hogwarts badge. And looking at the badge called Hogwarts, he remembered memories he didn't remember having. And then he remembered things he didn't remember. And then suddenly Harry was filled with burning sensation, a sensation he never felt before. It
a
was
burning
hot.
sensation inside of his ass.
This is possible.
Clip that.
I mean, he's getting fucked in the ass by this author because his author doesn't know what the fuck are you doing.
A sensation he had never felt before. It was so hot it might make him explode. All he wanted to do was break something. He wanted to destroy everything. He crumpled the letter in his hands. He wanted to make people hurt. All of them. He wanted the world to suffer and burn everything to ash. I will make them all pay.
I will make them
Do
pay.
we have like a flashing, like, do we have like a super edge alert?
We do not yet.
I feel like
I mean, I'll get around to it now that I don't have a job anymore.
Harry is on his period. Harry is on his period. Fucking goddamn it, Birdie. Birdie, please, no.
I mean,
know
that's... Man, if Birdie says so, I don't think any of us have the proper equipment or the degrees in medical science to contradict her.
I mean, technically we don't, yeah. Yeah, I guess that's true. Alright, Birdie, you're right then. Apparently he is on his period. Congratulations, you have created new canon for this author.
Harry watched them, on September 1st, by the way. The group he knew to be the people who had given him away. They looked so happy. He was gonna kill them all!
My name is not important.
Harry self-isekais. January 20th, 3 years later. Harry had sweat pouring from his face after he cast spell after spell at the dummies in the room. He cast every spell he knew until they were wood stumps. He had come to this room last year, looking for a train. One of the house elves told him about it. It's the come-go room. Blah, 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 edgy, blah, blah, edgy, blah. It had been a huge surprise to the world. There was 2 Potters. But they all got over that fact soon enough. They hadn't even wondered why he was hidden. The Potters simply said it was for his protection, and that was it. Harry had never publicly disputed this, but had been secretly putting even more rage that they would dare claim that it was for his protection. Imagine shooting blood out of your reproductive organs. This post was made by Male Gang.
I would much rather not prefer that. That's not how that's supposed to work.
That's not how bodies work.
I mean, that is how some people's bodies work.
And those ones are, broken.
Yes.
At least on the male side.
Now you heard it here first, folks. Atin believes all women are broken.
No, that's pretty much opposite of what I implied.
I'm fairly certain that is actually the opposite of what he implied.
No, well, he said women are broken, so clearly women are broken.
No, I never uttered those words. And
No,
you're not
you
gonna
definitely...
trick me into uttering them either. Because I'm not nose hair.
Apparently the
implying I
no
would
version
utter
of
them?
birth control does that. Oh yeah, that happens.
Yes, that experiment did happen. That's why they stopped it. Because all the scientists were like, that's not supposed to happen.
Let's not put our dicks in this.
Well, more accurately, let's not put this in our dick.
It's a
No, you don't understand.
suppository.
Every single scientific experiment starts with, "Can I put my dick in this?"
I don't think that's how a science experiment start. Anyway,
I was gonna say, you seem to be forgetting that, like, scientific experiments involving small animals.
Look, man.
I don't know. Look, man. For
Medical
all we
students are
know,
weird.
for all we know, Nose Hair just spends his free time wondering what it would be like to fuck a squirrel.
Look, man. People at
I'm
my college are
tempted
weird.
to make the Frozens to sing that
Do not.
one song from Frozen, but
Do
I
not.
don't want to give anybody the ability to snip that.
It's probably a good idea not to do that.
Anyway, Harry never publicly disputed blah blah. Speaking of Dumbledore, the man bothered Harry. He invited Harry into his office very often and always tried to break into Harry's mind. But good thing Harry knew occlumency and blocked
How
out
did he
Dumbledore.
learn occlumency?
Because he did.
Because he needed to learn it so the author could have him get angry.
Harry wasn't sure, but he had a feeling Dumbledore knew why he was put into his relative's house. And his relatives still ignored him. They didn't even have the decency to invite him back to the Potter family once he entered the Wizarding World. One more set. July 31st, 2 years later. Harry looked at the Dursleys as he killed them all and then burned down their home.
See,
February 17th, 1998. Harry looked at a golden cup with dark magic. Dumbledore had passed on to the next realm a year ago. It had nothing to do with his actions, unfortunately. The old man doomed himself by putting on a ring that ate his arm.
what?
Dumbledore died and Voldemort took over the world.
I'm sorry, what?
What?
And he recently took his recently stolen Hufflepuff cup and set it on fire. And then soon the cup exploded into fire and ash. And then Voldemort was one down Horcrux. With his brother being captured, now he had to deal with all the soul anchors to kill Voldemort. But before he was captured, Charles gave him both the invisibility cloak and the resurrection stone. Harry had taken both and stashed them on his person when Charles explained their true purpose and how they needed to be kept from Voldemort at all costs. As much as Harry wanted to ignore the boy, he relented in taking them both. He sighed to himself. Just the snake left. June 17th, 1998. Harry is fighting Voldemort. You can't win, Potter. Monologue, monologue, monologue. Voldemort
I have
killed
the
a lot
high
of people.
ground, Potter.
Voldemort killed a lot of people. Monologue, monologue. Monologue, monologue. Join me and we will take over the world together. Monologue,
Jesus,
monologue.
That is a long
Monologue.
paragraph.
No, Ricky, that's called a run-on sentence. Just because they continue for the length of a paragraph does not stop it from being a run-on.
I didn't see that there were barely any sentences.
Frickin' Aaron. Remember, kids, today we learned Nose Hair enjoys squirrel fucking and Atin thinks women are broken. Truly a great introspection of the inner workings of
Oh,
fanfic
no, I didn't
content
say I enjoyed it. I said that scientists are weird fucking people, dude.
Nope, it's too late. The internet believes it now.
The internet being for people.
7!
It's pretty much the entirety of the internet, lad.
The internet is just these people that are on the stream. Cool, got it.
Indeed.
I mean, it's the only answer as to how I possibly don't have more people. Besides maybe Twitch throttling me.
That ego, though.
No, really, I used to gain at least 2 to 3 people per podcast.
Sneaky, it is possible we've topped out.
We've maxed out on people willing to put up with this?
Yes.
Nonsense. Anyway, so blah blah blah, he killed Voldemort because Voldemort slipped up and then got burned to death. And then there was the wand that Voldemort took from Dumbledore, and now Harry had all 3 Deathly Hallows. And by holding in the wand, he felt something change. He couldn't describe the change, but he felt like he had solidified. The feeling went away, causing Harry to frown. And he put the wand in his back pocket. 2 years later, Master of Death. When the story spoke in such titles, he did not know it was literal. The damn hollows. Shortly after he discovered he could no longer die anymore. This was problematic, considering he no longer wanted to live. He had no appeal to life and no reason to stay alive. So he just wanted to die. And his anger was gone too, so he's just sad now. And he tried to cut his wrists, but that didn't work. He tried getting hit by a car, and that didn't work. And then he got a new idea from the Americans. Harry acquired a gun!
He got a new...
Because there's no guns in Britain.
Yes, but there's lots of knives and trucks.
Don't forget acid.
And this
USP
works well?
Hold the fuck up! USP 45.
And this
Why the
works
fuck
well?
do you have a USP 45?
Yes, sir, that right there is a USP-45. Don't go telling anyone you got it from here, though, the man warned. Hopefully I won't be telling anyone anything. Harry loaded the gun and put it to his temple without the safety
Just
on.
hold on. Why did you go to the USA for that? That's literally a German pistol, guys.
The store owner panicked and reached for Harry, but it was too late. Harry blew his brains out. And then he was back alive again. No, I'm just kidding. He was floating in the void. You need to stop doing this, Harry. Well, if you could get rid of this curse and let me die, I would. The only thing visible was a man standing 15 feet away from him. It was death. You know, death from Supernatural. Except hotter. I'm sorry, Harry, but this is a power I created.
I hate the fact that you can tell exactly what kind of people always write these. It's like always the same kind of people, too.
Oh, yes.
It's
Bad
like
people.
Super Who Natural fans.
Supernatural.
Like, I don't remember what the fucking phrase we use for those subhuman pieces of shit were.
Horlocks? There was Sherlock Holmes, Doctor Who, and Supernatural.
Ah, yes. Super Who locks.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, why would the store owner hand someone a loaded gun? Wow.
Yeah, that's another good question.
All right. Well, to be fair, it does appear to be a
Okay, no, this is like,
arms
okay, no,
merchant.
so, this is an actual thing, but, no, even in normal stores, this is still actually a thing. There are loaded guns, like, there is stories in the news of guys trying to, rob stores with the gun they were just given to by the store owner. And I remember one especially, that they tried to rob the store with the gun they were just given, which was loaded, but then everyone else in the store pulled out a gun and shot the guy.
That sounds like Texas.
Because it's a gun store. Like, why are you trying?
Okay, no.
Why
I
are
know
you
we
trying to run?
like making the USA jokes, but that's literally, I'm fairly certain that's Texas.
Well, I'm
Why
gonna say,
are you
here's the
trying
thing,
to
right?
rob a gun store with a gun? There's even one gun store that had after that put up a sign that said something like, if your gun is unholstered on this premise, we are going to assume you're going to rob us. And just as a reminder, this is a gun store. We aren't shooting to disarm or something like that.
No, it was. I think I know the sign you're talking, but yeah, there was. It was like.
It's like, remember,
Hey,
keep your gun
so-
holstered at all times.
It's like, listen, you're either an idiot who doesn't understand gun safety, or you're robbing us, and then we're either going to
We're gonna
tell you to
shoot
get out of
you
our
or we're gonna
store,
shoot
or
you.
shoot you.
I'm sorry, Harry. I made this power. I can't get rid of this power. So you expect me to wander around for eternity? Well, you could enjoy life. Life sucks, and I hate this place. I don't understand why you would make this power in the first place. Well, it was supposed to be a trap for greedy humans that desired eternal life. They would soon find out eternal life sucked. I never predicted such a situation would occur, and sadly I can't fix you. So that's it then. An eternity in hell for me on this wretched planet. Perhaps not. What if you could isekai to a new world? Well, that would be too good to be true. You would be surprised, Harry. The universe is a big place, and I am in charge of death everywhere. I am the most powerful entity there is.
But I can't fix the thing that I made, though. No, can't do that.
No. So what, you just drop me off on a world? Nope, I'm just gonna drop you off on a world with people on it. Except you'll never see Earth again. Do you want to never see Earth again? Sure, Death. I'll take your deal. Take me away. Your wish is my command. Next chapter will be a huge time skip, so we can get over the parts where Harry interacts with the Star Wars universe.
Excellent.
Like, isn't that sort of the point of crossovers? X character reacting to X thing?
I was gonna say, that's not just the point of crossovers. Like, if you look at something like Overlord, literally the entire point of Overlord is Momonga going, "Oh, fuck what they do this time."
Momonga, I'm going to help save these people.
So
my
you
lord.
want to kill them and eat their flesh, right? No.
Guys,
Them?
no.
No.
No,
And
basically all of Overlord is, aha! I have made these great things pretending to be evil. Oh shit, now it's reality. Oh shit, how do I be evil?
Oh shit.
Are you doing this great evil plan thing, XYZ? Yes!
I'm going to say yes because I'm afraid you're all going to kill me.
How did you figure out that much of my plan? What? There is more I didn't figure out? Of course!
And then his quote-unquote girlfriend goes like, hey, you know what? Him finding all his friends would be bad, so I'm just going to turn him evil so his friends kill him, or he kills his friends.
No,
What?
to be fair, it doesn't start out like that. She starts it out as, it's like, hey, so I want to form a super elite squad to find your friends, and he doesn't figure out that she's like, I'm going to murder them. He's like, of course, I have to make sure they can find them. Bro, she's gonna kill them.
Wait, what are we talking about now?
Overlord. Albedo and her literal fucking yandere thirst.
Look, I read up to novel 13, and I don't remember anything about Albedo going out to go try and kill the other Supreme Ones.
Oh, she doesn't go out. She just has, like, her...
No, she makes, like, the squad that she's like, we're gonna go look for them, and she packs it full of, like, a bunch of super strong people.
Okay,
have they found a Supreme one yet? I'm trying to remember.
No, as far as we're on like volumes 15 to 16 now. I haven't read past 13 because that's when the fan translation stopped. But as far as I remember, there was never any duplicitousness about Albedo trying to kill the Supreme Ones that were in the guild. Like, maybe other Supreme Ones in general, aka other players that were not part of the guild.
But... Oh, no, she explicitly says just, like, she doesn't care. I think it's like she says, like, I don't care which ones I find, or something.
I don't know. Ricky, look it up real quick.
Okay.
Because maybe I was just reading too much into the subtext. Or reading into subtext that didn't exist, I mean.
Yeah, you might be reading a lot into that. Anyway, so time to talk about the thing that pissed me off today.
Oh boy.
And you guys get this amazing background. Hold on, I'm gonna improve the background.
They are loyal to Ains Al Ghul, but Albedo would have the...
What did you just fucking say?
Ains Al Ghul.
Ains Al Ghul.
Ain's own goal.
I don't fucking remember how to fucking pronounce it.
I
Fuck
was
off, it's been a while.
unaware
It's
that
Ains.
Ra's
I'm
al
just gonna
Ghul
fucking
was
say
moonlighting
Ains.
as an anime character.
I'm just gonna fucking say Ains. Fuck it. But Albedo would kill all the other guild members. She personally would kill the guild members. The rest of them technically wouldn't, but she could just use mind control to make them do it. So therefore, they take the fall and not her.
Mm.
Except how on earth is she gonna justify them murdering?
Oh, she's not going to justify it. There's like, they went against my orders, Ain-sama. Something like that.
Okay, but then what happens when he just, resurrects them?
Oh, yeah, no, that guy totally just killed me. Like, it was out of nowhere, too.
Yeah, she just cut my head off. Really?
Well, no, she did.
Really?
She's not. No, she's trying to find something to mind control them so they will do it. So they'll take the blame.
Anyway, enough about that. Back to my rant. So, I had a little bit of a rant on another Discord server.
We know you have those often.
Yes. Where I encountered a story in which the author decided to label a bro friendship as queer. And there's
Okay,
around
that's not unusual.
350k words for this story, and it literally is just a bro friendship. That's it. No gay at all. Just, yo bro, what's up bro, hey bro.
Right.
That's it. But they label it as a gay friendship, and I'm just like, are you really that far in your delusions? That guys cannot be friends without them being passively gay? Really?
Well, that's just Tumblr in a nutshell.
I know. But that led me to my other complaint, which is
Lots of
whenever
photos.
we see abuse and depression, but abuse in a fanfic, it's always like this freaking stereotyped, they beat him black and blue every night and broke all of his bones, and which anyone that knows me would understand why I would be a little bit frustrated by authors rose-colored goggling this scenario in a home environment.
Well, not only that, it's incredibly insulting. Like what? Like, do they think like guys are just not somehow capable of friendship?
Well, I mean that's again. Okay, yes, we're gonna go back to that, but yes, but like the whole abuse thing, like we see it in Naruto, we saw it in the Harry Potter story, where they like gets beaten black and blue every night. It pisses me off so much to see this sort of stuff, because just like when they try and write porn in their fanfics, they have never had sex in their life. They have never been abused in their lives. They've never had any of these events ever happen to them, and they are just freaking pissing into the wind in how they think, X thing goes. And it's cringy, and it actually makes me genuinely angry to see it.
I was gonna say, the kind of abuse that goes on systemically is the kind that isn't going to get. It's not the kind where a kid gets black and blue every night. It's the kind where their parents tell them for years and years that they're useless, and if they do hit them, they keep it. They make sure not to bruise them, or they make sure it's in a place where the kid will never see it, or no one will see it on the kid.
Or, do what my parent did and tell everyone it was just me wrestling my older brother.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to say that people can't write things they don't know about, because by don't know about, I mean personally don't know. Because you can do a lot of research. That's a thing you can do. You can read other people's experiences and try and write based off of that. That's a thing you can do. And, obviously writers typically aren't going to be people that have experienced, war. Tolkien aside, not many. I don't see Stephanie Myers on the front lines,
Right.
It's definitely, they're going to have some authorial bias there. But it is literally cringed here when you see fanfic and even authors like Stephanie Meyer writing stories with completely just mind-blowingly not real romance or violence at home or or abuse or depression. There's so many of these depression stories, have the character, getting over it with the help of friends and crap like that. That's not how fucking depression works.
Now,
If it was that fucking easy to get over depression, then there would be a lot more people getting over depression.
I was going to say, now, those things are an important component to overcoming depression. Good friends. But, like, just having good friends and being told to cheer up, no, that doesn't solve the problem. That's like telling the person having an anxiety attack, just don't be anxious, bro.
Just stop being sad, man. Just don't be abused, man.
Do you know what that is? That's called victim blaming.
No, I mean, it's not really victim blaming. Like telling someone with depression to just not be sad. It's just not understanding.
I was referring to the abuse one.
Oh, I mean, yeah, that's it. Well, I mean, there's a certain level where I will say just stop being abused because, for example, Lupin has a
what the fuck?
Not the greatest home situation, and I'm not going to go into because that's his story.
Why did you post this thing in the disc? Why is the stream suddenly a smiling face?
Because it is. I changed my background.
Bit weird.
Why? Why is it that? Though?
Anyway,
there. Are you happy now?
Yes.
He has a home life, and I have told him repeatedly to do certain actions, and he either doesn't do them or goes about them in a poor fashion that is guaranteed to fail. And so there is in situations of because he's 24ish, so I will tell him just stop being abused. You're a fucking adult. You can do that. I'm not gonna tell a 6-year-old just stop being abused. They're fucking 6.
Right.
You should make the background one of my lovely pictures. Birdie, if you make a GIF of one of your pictures moving, I will make it the background for the rest of the year for this podcast.
Oh.
But I'm just so fucking sick and tired of. I mean, bad writing's one thing. That's to be expected. It's fan fiction. I'm not expecting a lot out of that. But you get shit where you're just like, it's like that one author who clearly never studied biology and just tried to talk out of his ass. Or that one, or the many other authors we've had that clearly have never seen a gun in their life, but try to talk about guns.
Oh, you say, what was the one where it was some like severed limb and broken arms, like walking across a floor with glass? It was one of the stories you read. It was so dumb.
The broken arm across.
Like he had like the list of injuries was hilariously massive.
I mean, we've had quite a number of those.
Yeah.
You motherfucker. Fucking nose hair.
What the fuck did I do?
Posting that picture in memes and shit posts. You son of a bitch.
Suffer my pain.
Anyway, that's what I wanted to complain about because it's just I despise these stories so much because they're all so cliched too. Hell, Dumbledore says Harry is the wrong boy who lived. So Lily and James, who in canon died to try and keep Harry alive, proceed to then ship him off to the Dursleys and or also kick the living shit out of him and disown him and declare him dark and evil. And then when he does show up back in the Wizarding World, because of course he does, and the Dursleys of course used him as like extreme slave labor when whipped him every day or something. And he shows back up in the Wizarding World and he's always in Slytherin and his birth family always, is an obstacle to him, and it is. You can literally set every single Wrong Boy Who Lives story, 99% guaranteed, are going to have the exact same fucking plotline.
Yeah.
And Pedro, you're exaggerating. It is 321 anal fissures. Get it right?
Wow.
But anyway, let's finish off the night with Naruto D times D.
What do you? For anyone that was in fact a direct question, Dom.
Alright, so Gale Symphony. Oh, it's by Pain 17 Fication. Naruto never expected to be introduced to a reality that involves devils, angels, fallen, and other crazy things. He simply had his music and his dream for it to be heard around the world. So imagine how life turned simply upside down, simply because a certain heiress found herself liking what she heard. Multi-crossover, mainly so I can get some music selection, and Naruto times Rias times harem. Naruto cannot talk.
Hey.
Hello! This is random idea I had when I listened to music. I hope you guys like it. Gale Symphony. I like to think of myself as an observant man. After all, I share territory with a rival of mine, and we both have eyes for talent. Most of the humans here in Kuo, however, didn't have the kind of talent that I needed. Some barely had potential, and it would have taken much too long for us to bring them up to snuff with what lies ahead. Recently, I had been fortunate enough to gain a new pawn who holds a sacred gear. I did link this, right? Yeah, I did.
You did.
I thought it was simply a twice critical at first, but I later realized that it was actually the fabled boosted gear, one of the 13 Longius's eyes. Alongside this pawn was a new bishop, who also had a sacred gear called Twilight Healing. While both are great for my peerage, they both needed a great deal of help. Issei-san in particular, sure, he had a great sacred gear, but he also had particularly zero aptitude for magical capabilities. As for Asia-san, she is much too timid and kind-hearted for what's to come. As much as I hate to admit this, even if it's just to myself, she may become a liability in the future, a crippling point that will tear us down. I also hate to admit that Sona might be a better king than myself. She picked her peerage so easily and has spent time and dedication into making them the valued pieces of her peerage. She didn't wait like I did, something that proven to be costly for me. I was worried as the date for my next meeting with him drew closer, and I couldn't help but think that despite everything, my efforts wouldn't be enough for what may come. I tried so hard!
Am I supposed to care?
No.
Good. 'Cause I don't.
She picked up her peerage, blah 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 blah. It wasn't until I passed by a music store, one that was playing soothing music from their outdoor speakers, that I found something to help me calm down. Rias Grimori curiously opened the door to the music store, taking a cursor. I will actually give it to the author here. Their little what's the inner monologue thing? Self
Inner
monologue.
monologue?
I guess yeah. I thought there was a word for it. Anyway, the little inner monologue thing actually is a fairly decent way of getting us caught up to what point in time this is taking place in. I don't dislike him too much for that. But it is a little bit.
Well, especially because it fits quite well with what.
Yeah, it's just like, I'm passing by a music store. What a great place to start writing the story at. It's like, I understand why. It's a plot-based reason, and, an authorial forced plot reason, and not one that just happened because, she wasn't walking through a park and had had Naruto playing on his whatever instrument in the park, because that's the thing people actually do, is they just play their instruments in the park. No, she was walking by a music store, and the music store was playing a new album of this guy. She saw blah 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 music store stuff. Running the store was a woman who was super hot with white hair and teal eyes that glowed. Blah blah, welcome, can I get you anything? I heard the music outside, it was nice and I want more. Someone who appreciates his efforts. He hangs out here too much. He's in the back though if you want to meet him. Thanks. Oh, to warn you, he's not someone who can hold a conversation. She shrugged at that and went back to go finding this person. And there, sitting at a piano with large orange headphones, was a blonde teen that looked to be her age. And yet, it's Naruto because he wears orange and likes ramen. Like, do people not understand that there was actually a reason that Naruto picked orange?
No,
Apparently not.
they
no.
probably don't.
What even was it?
You want to stand out more?
Basically, he couldn't afford clothing, and he ended up getting the outfits either really cheap or from the trash, I forget which, but it was his orange jumpsuits. And because he wore them so often, he was like, orange is my favorite color. And because they were, bright and distracting and,
It
made people
forced
look
people
at
to
him.
notice the small, lonely child. Quite.
Yeah. And so it wasn't like orange was his favorite color because he liked looking at it. It became orange's favorite color was through familiarity.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
And crippling sadness.
That too.
It's all just part of the daily grind for Naruto.
Strangely whiskered cheeks that reminded her of a kitsune. Of a nine-tailed kitsune, of course. He was dressed in a Kuo Academy uniform, but he was sloppy. And the blazer was draped over a chair, and he was lost in the music she couldn't hear because of the headphones.
Oh god, a car's coming right towards him. He can't hear him. He can't hear us. His AirPods are in. Oh god, oh fuck.
No, Naruto, run!
He can't hear us. God.
Can book it, Naruto.
And then Rias walked up to another computer and plugged in her own headphones and then heard the music that Naruto was doing. And it calmed her down instantly, and she no longer had any worries, and the gentle sounds of the woodwinds blended beautifully with the strums and beats of the guitar and drum. And at the core of it all were the piano strokes supplied by the blonde. And relaxing in her seat, she closed her eyes and enjoyed the music with her devil senses. It was lulling her to sleep. It sounded sort of like jazz, but better.
Wait, why is
Wow.
Why is Naruto listening to jazz?
Shade jazz.
Slowly, the music faded into silence, and she opened her eyes.
What the fuck do you have wrong with jazz, author? You fuck.
Like, I'm not gonna stand out there and be like, it's amazing and everybody should love it, but like, I feel like that's a little too much shade, yo.
But jazz is amazing.
He slowly opened his own eyes, and then they were a stunning shade of azure blue. They looked to be as deep as the oceans themselves. All right.
Das Wunderkind.
You basically. I want to stop authors that always describe Naruto as azure or ocean blue eyes that were just as deep.
Just as deep as your.
Like, okay, look, this might just be me talking, but as far as I'm concerned, eyes are eyes.
No, I mean, that has more to do with you being, like, absolutely dead inside, lad.
Like I said, that might just be me.
Right, I'm
But,
saying
like,
that's mostly...
it.
That being said, people take it...
Okay.
Like, his eyes are just eyes.
Blah 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 blah. That was wonderful. Your music, I listened to you play. And he turned back to his laptop with a flush on his cheeks. He must never receive compliments. He's definitely got a face to remember. I can't believe I've never seen him before.
Can I just say this again? He's not that, like, good-looking of a person.
Yes, but see, if he's not that good looking and he gets girls, that means I must be able to get girls, but nobody actually pays attention to me.
I must
I'm
be secretly
so-
really hot on the inside, but no one can approach me because I'm just too great.
Middle school.png.
Oh god. Fucking when high school freshmen go chuny.
I mean, that happens a lot.
I know.
That's basically a subset of people.
I don't know where.
I think it might be a diagnosable medical condition.
I mean, it is delusional, so probably. Alright, Naruto, time for you to go. Okay, I'm gonna leave. And he nods to them, and then he walks out. See you soon. He waved over his shoulder. I see what you mean by him not holding a conversation. Yep, that's how he is. Took me a week before I figured out he was mute. Mute? I thought he just kept himself. Well, he does that too, but he's also mute. He answers in sign language. Oh, how often does he come here? Well, a few times a week. He works on different tracks, and he makes a great freaking goddamn it. Not this track. What's the
Look, I don't know anything about music. You're asking.
You live in Chicago. Come on, man. The new thing that's on. Okay, Ricky, help me out here.
DJ? What the fuck are you looking
You know,
for?
like that you make your own music selection and it's on fire or whatever the kids say.
Mixtape?
Yeah, there we go, mixtape.
That's not
Somebody
new.
please clip his
That's not
entire
new.
effort to get
That's
to
not
mixtape.
new. That is literally. That's from the fucking 90s. You fucking
Somebody
unsubscribed.
please clip that entire thing.
I know.
Oh my fucking lord.
God.
Jesus fucking Christ. Where's Isley? Where the fuck is Isley?
My arm writhes. My arm throbs with writhing power. There is a demon sealed in my eye.
My eyes! I have special eyes.
Oh no, Birdie ate Isley. Birdie, spit that out right now. You don't know where she's been.
Bad dog. No. Put it down. Bad dog.
Some
Some
girl's
girl's
boob
boob.
touched me.
Well, you realize you have to tell the story now.
I mean, is that really a important factor? She's also. That's not something you type in chat. Bert.
God damn it, Birdie.
That's no. Cease and desist.
No, Birdie's making fun of Isley.
Yeah.
Oh.
Hey, alright, I think we're even now. I forgot what mixtapes were. You don't know how to take a joke. I think that makes us even.
No.
No, it really
you
fucking
didn't
doesn't.
just forget what mixtapes
No,
are.
you literally
spent a
know.
good 3 minutes trying to get there.
Hey, look,
You
man.
called
sometimes...
it a diss track.
No, diss track. You know what a diss track is?
I know what a diss track is, but why did you call a mixtape a diss track?
I said it's not a diss track, you goddamn imbecile.
So my question is, why did you think, like, what does Chicago have to do with mixtapes?
Do you really want me to say it?
I like not being banned from Twitch.
Yeah, let's not.
That's my
Oh.
response.
You know exactly why then.
I feel like maybe, just maybe, you're being a teeny bit racist.
It's not racist if it's true.
Stop.
No, it could still be racist and
Stop.
true.
Stop it.
Anyway, he's making his own mixtape. Alright, how long has he been working on it? 2 years. 2 years? Well, the first year was him learning how to do instruments and how to do editing equipment. And then he found his groove and just rolled with it. Pun intended. Where was the pun?
Fun is not allowed.
And then they laughed at the joke. And then she walked back to the academy. And she saw Naruto. So she power walked to Naruto. And then
Power walk to give power walk for
demo
dominance.
track. Okay, thank you, Birdie. And then she power walked to Naruto, and she remembered the songs he did, and she felt good about them. And then she felt an above average power level from Naruto. Naruto, you forgot to hide your power level.
What is he wearing? A trench coat?
Not yet. But he is wearing his blazer unbuttoned. With big headphones.
Is he secretly
Power level. Blah blah. A surge of excitement rushed through her. Okay. She noticed him pause and look back at her. That made her smirk. There was no way he would have known she was coming since he was wearing the headphones. That means he had a hidden power within him and sensed her coming. I was hoping to speak with you.
Walker.
This is also true.
And then he tried using sign language. I can't understand what you're telling me, Naruto-san. He blinked in surprise and narrowed his eyes. Seeing the accusation, she raised her hands. The woman in the store told me your name. I apologize if I'm coming off rude. I don't think we've ever met before today. I am Rumas Grimorty.
You're a what now?
And then he put down his school bag and pulled out a notebook and wrote on it, I am Naruto Uzumaki. Nice to meet you. She nodded after reading it, prompting him to put the notebook into a small pocket.
Actual quick question to everyone on stream.
Yeah?
Does anyone actually know anyone who actually did that in school and didn't get punched? Like, just, like, was mute and, like, actually wrote in their notebook?
I don't know any mute people, so no.
Well, I mean, that didn't actually have a disorder.
Well, here's the thing, right? If they were actually mute, obviously they wouldn't. And here's the thing, right? If someone spends their entire time, like, they just don't talk, like, kind of hard to prove them wrong.
Well, my point is just, like, these people are just, like, shy and just think, like, oh, if I do this, I'll be cool or something.
No,
or, like,
I didn't know anyone like that. I mean, I knew a few girls who were super quiet and crap, and I would yell at them all the time to be louder.
God, I could not stand the people who...
Who what?
The ones who did that. What I just did. The ones who were, like, talking, but they weren't actually talking, and they were super quiet. It's like, oh my god, just speak up.
Yeah.
Please stop mumbling.
Isn't that an anime stereotype? Yeah, I think it's probably an anime stereotype. I don't think anyone actually ever carries around a notebook to write notes to people because they don't want to talk to people.
It's in an anime happening right now, too.
It's called You're a Goddamn Weeb, Get Some Help.
Are
It's
you
called
in the
Cody's.
music club? He shook his head. I'm surprised. You definitely have talent for music. He blushed. Have you ever tried to be in a club? Why not? Because I didn't feel like it, and I don't like the style they have. Yes, I suppose a clash of styles is problematic. Well, have you signed up for any club? No. Well, you know Sona will scold you. I tend to avoid her. I have enough tardies and absences to warrant punishments. Somehow, I'm not surprised, no offense. He waved it off. What if I offered you a way out of trouble? He raised a brow. I'm running a cult research club and I want you in it. Why? Because I want you in the club. And you won't know if it interests you unless you give it a try. I guess, okay, sure. Excellent. I'll find you after classes are over. I also talked to Sona and asked her to back off on scolding you. Also to back off in general. Good thing I noticed you first. Take that, Sona. He wasn't a history buff and he wasn't planning on becoming one. I think he has a sacred gear. Uzumaki, I don't think I heard much about him. Some rumors about how he's silent. That was in poor taste. Oh, I suppose rumors about him are as silent as he is. That is in poor taste. My apologies. I'm gonna add Naruto to the peerage.
It's okay. I've heard better.
I've heard worse.
Yes, I know.
As someone who is socially anxious, it's weirder to not talk and instead write to people than speak briefly. I mean, like, don't get me wrong, in high school, I literally went, 3 weeks one time without speaking to anyone.
That's because you're deranged.
Well, yeah.
Because you're literally
I mean, yes, these are not incorrect appellations of me, but still, my statement stands. I didn't write to people. I just wouldn't talk to them. They would say stuff to me, and I would just look at them, and then they would leave. Not some freaking edgy chuny that's gonna carry around a notebook and be like, I cannot speak, for if I open my mouth, the demons will escape.
I think the thing that makes me most sad is there are people like that that actually exist, and like,
Anyway, blah blah blah. Finding Naruto was more difficult than she thought, and so she stole a copy of the schedule. And
I'm going to steal school supplies.
And then she looked for him, and he never showed up to any of the classes. But then she found him on the roof, swaying to music. And she realized that him tapping the air was him playing the air piano. He was playing along to the music he was listening to, immersing himself in it
Is
despite
this
not
August
having a
Rush
live
or is
instrument.
this Naruto?
I mean, I don't get this. Why is this so weird? Like, who has an air guitar during an AC/DC solo?
See, here's the thing. This isn't just like an anime trope. This is literally just like a trope in films. Just like there's like the silent kid who like really knows how to play music well or something. Because like
I know
their
how to
silence lets them.
drive real well.
It's just like, hey, this kid's silent, therefore they know a lot of good. They like know how to do good music or something.
This kid doesn't talk, therefore they are geniuses. Maybe they're just retarded. Walking over to him, she wasn't surprised that he stopped playing. Apparently that required emphasis. When she reached a certain distance, he turned towards her. I was looking for you, Naruto. I told you I'd find you after class. Well, come along then. I'm taking you to the club.
You're coming with me whether you would like it or not. This is a story event.
His clothes remained loose, which she couldn't blame him for. For girls as gifted as she was in certain areas, uniforms are very restricting. It's called get a bigger fucking uniform.
Impossible.
did you consider that one?
No. I bet this version of Naruto has some form of autism. All the classic symptoms. Yeah, probably. Leading him out to...
Extreme autism.
He raised his brow at the members, and it was blah 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 blah. Absently, he remembered his late mother telling him, "You can't choose who you fall in love with." Ah, yes. I wonder what Kakashi is doing now these days.
Probably killing himself.
I certainly would if I was associated with this story. Self-isekai. He raised his brow at the hopefully she threw in there. Wasn't he already accepted? The others introduced themselves. Blah blah blah. Issei grumbled about Blonde stealing his harem. Sweat dropped at that. Of course, gotta have the sweat drop. Remember when you said you would hopefully become a
Sweat
member?
drops.
Well, there's a reason why I said hopefully. You see, Naruto, I am a devil. Now let me tell you about the 3 factions, and I wish you to join me.
Why not just go with the murder him and then make him your pawn thing?
Because reasons.
Because honorable devil.
But
Yeah.
she did it the first time with Issei.
Yeah,
And
but
it
you
worked
see, Rias is his waifu, so she can't do any wrong.
This, but actually.
Now, as I said, this was just a random idea when I was listening to music. You see, growing up, I'm going to tell you a big, long backstory about why this story is personally important to me as an author because of music.
Here's why this I made this story as cringy as it is, because it's actually just me.
And currently, I'm listening to chill hop, which is like jazz with pop in it. Why would you taint pop like that?
Excuse. I was about to fucking go ballistic on you, you fuck.
So I decided to take a character I admire, Naruto, and more or less turn him into a flesh puppet and shove my hand up his ass. Like me, Naruto in this story enjoys music and gets lost into it. And while I'm not mute, I'm very mute in life because I have a hard time socializing. If any of my readers are mute, I hope this does not offend you.
How dare you, author? How dare you?
This is some high quality. This is some high quality victim playing victim moments. Like, Jesus Christ, author.
You guys can't get mad at me because music is really deep and important to me.
You guys can't get mad at me because I'm mute, therefore I have a mental illness.
No, he didn't say he's mute. He said he's not mute, but he basically is because he has a lot of mute-isms.
Excuse me.
You are excused.
Alright, I'm back. What'd I miss?
Nothing.
Good. Wait, no, I wanted to miss
the world dying.
Good.
Anyway, so that was a thing, and I hope you all suffered.
Everyone suffered equally this stream. There is no hope. There's only darkness.
So that about covered, and we're finishing off right at almost 9 o'clock. So good job, claps to all around. Well done, everyone. Hope you all join us on the next stream because, of course, there's always more, and it always gets worse.